want us to get distracted and lose that point either.
I'm so glad that you said that, because it's about greed. When you look at the top 1%, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there were no billionaires. These motherfuckers is not just trying to get to billions, but they trying to get to trillions. It's like a race against who can accumulate more of something that you cannot do anything with in this lifetime. There's no way that you can do anything with all this money that you've accumulated. But now it's just, they're just overly consumed with greed. Now, I've been saying since we started this podcast, we've been talking about the idea of for them at the top, it's never been about race. It's been about power. For everybody else, it's about race. So they've essentially distracted us by throwing race in the mix. That famous quote by Lyndon B. Johnson, and I always say this, if you could take the lowest white man and convince him that he's better than the best colored man, he won't even know that you're picking his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll give you everything he owns. So while they're playing the race card up here to keep us divided, keeps them in power. Black folks, I want us to understand, because these people are really so sick with racism that they're still going to continue to vote against their own best interest, as long as they can make them feel like they're better than us. It goes back to when race was even created. Before race was even created, remember, race is a social construct. When you had back in slavery, you had black slaves, you had the Irish, which were more indentured servants, right? But they had some type of servitude. Then they said, oh wow, they're getting too powerful. It's them against us. If it's too many of them against us, then they're going to overthrow us. So what do? We make the Irish a little bit higher than them. We make them the overseers. So they're white like us. They still not as good as us British people, as Portuguese people, but we're going to make the Irish just a little bit higher. Now, they're better than them. So now they're going to keep watch over them. They're going to keep them in line so that we can continue making our money. We ain't letting them be up in the big boys club, but we're going to make sure that they feel that they are more important to the people that they're over. And that's essentially what the people in power have done. They know the game. They know the rules. I just want us as Black folks to understand. Let's go to some of our slides, some of our statistics, if we can go there really quick. In 2024, Revelio Labs reports found that roles tied to diversity, equity, inclusion were cut at 3 times the rate of other corporate jobs in 2022. Women and minorities are twice as likely to hold positions labeled non-core during corporate reconstruction. Okay. In 2023, over 40 major U.S. companies have scaled back or eliminated their DEI departments entirely, citing budget cuts and business refocusing. So if there was business refocusing, then their focus really on diversity, equity, inclusion really wasn't sincere in the first place, Dr. Felice. So again, which is all about being solution oriented. And I love the angle that you always talk about is being solution oriented. I really want to focus on what some specific things that we can do. I know you said, look, we got to get our mindset together, but if we can't eat, our mind can't be together. What are some core things Black people can do besides eating and mindset that can really set them up so that we are not dependent on these corporate entities, that when this stuff does happen, we're not affected, we're insulated?
Yeah. So that's a great question. One of the things is to start taking take care of ourselves, right?